It's gonna be my story of when I saw Janet like last year. I'm pretty sure. Oh my god, time flies by so fast. I'm pretty sure it was last year. I'm getting old, I'm forgetting everything. But I saw her on the State of the World tour and I was so excited. And you guys do not know, as with all my stories, there's always some kind of struggle because things cannot be smooth for Amani ever. Somebody always gets lost, my phone dies, almost die, I feel scared, I feel threatened, you know, something always goes wrong with me. And at this point I'm just like accepting of it. I don't even get angry, I don't even cry anymore. I'm just like, of course this happens to me. But anyways, seeing Janet was one of my top 2 favorite concerts that I've ever been to, and that says a lot because I've been to so many. I've seen so many of my favorite artists, and there's a difference between 1 and 2. 1, my favorite concert of all time, it was because it was so many people packed and I was with my best friend, and that moment just was everything to me. So that's why it's my favorite concert. I saw Justin, Britney, and Backstreet Boys all on the same night. So, and that was at Triple Host Show 2016, I believe. Yeah, and I had so much fun. Yeah, that was definitely my number 1. On to number 2, which is Janet. And Janet, who's like one of my idols, and I love her so much, and she really should be number 1, but all 3 of them just kind of pushes it up there. But anyways, on to Janet. So of course, as with all my story times, there's a struggle. Okay, here's the deal. I wanted to see her on the State of the World tour, and I have a spending problem. I don't get money, okay? I'm not rich, I'm not balling. But when I do get it, I treat myself sometimes too much. So I came into some cash. I came into shmoney. I came into the shmoney, and you know, I wanted to treat myself, so I started spending it, and I knew ahead of time Janet was going on tour. I'm spending it carelessly, and it came around time for her to go. Came time for me to buy tickets, and I talked about with my best friend, we were both supposed to go, but we're both very reckless with money, and neither one of us know how to just stop spending. Yes, Anisha, I'm calling you out. You do not know how to save your money, as much as you're going to try to debate with me on this. Neither one of us were being responsible. Neither one of us was holding the other one accountable. So we both, like, texted each other, getting around to the date, and we both were like, yeah, we can't go. But we knew there was going to be a second leg, so I was like, okay, so there's definitely going to be a second leg. Maybe she'll come back. It won't be closer to me, but she'll come back. And so I was like, okay, cool. So she came back, and I was so excited, and I was like, I cannot ruin it this time. I ruined it. I blew it the second time, and I don't remember what I spent my money on, but it definitely was not worth it. So comes around to the second time I'm supposed to go, and I'm like panicking because I'm like, how can I blow this twice? Here was the thing. For the second time, I thought she was coming this year, 2018, and it was 2017. And I have read something from some type of online article, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna believe it. And I believed it, which was stupid, because literally a day afterwards, tickets go on sale Friday. What? I just my best friend, I was like, girl, tickets go on sale Friday. And she was even like, what? I thought you said, and I was like, girl, I thought it said. So we're both like, again, really? So I explained the situation to my grandmother, and she understood the situation, and she knew how much I wanted to go. So she was like, okay, I'll do it for you. I'll buy it. You can use my card. So I used my grandmother's money, and that's literally the only way I got to see Janet, because I had spent all of it. I think I had maybe like $50 left, which is not enough. Not enough for a good seat. Maybe like in the very, very back, but I did not see that ticket. Anyways, so came around in time for me to buy it, and I was sad because if I would have saved my money, me and my best friend could have went together, and that could have been a moment for us, but I didn't, and she didn't, and it was my grandmother's money, and I can't, buy both of us one. So I was sad because I was like, oh. And she was like, you're really gonna go without me? And I was like, girl, yes. I am. Like, I did not work this hard for nothing. So around the time comes for the concert to go, my friend, she's mad at me. She's like, I can't believe you're going without me. I'm like, girl, you go without me. So I was like, I have to. I don't know when she'll be back. Like, I have to go see Jenna. I literally don't know when she'll be back. So I bought the ticket, and fast forward to the time it's supposed to be for me to go to the actual show. So I took a train, I took a bus, and I took an Uber. Yes, I did all of that extra work. Girl, your girl wasn't playing. But I literally did all of that work, and then I was gonna catch a cab back because it would have been cheaper for me to catch the cab than for me to pay for an Uber. So I called the cab service ahead of time, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna be in this area. Do you come to this venue? And the guy was like, yeah, sure, we'll do that. Like, yeah, the concert's there, and we'll have people like able to go there. So I double checked with him. I was like, are you sure? Like, I made sure I was clear. This venue, this artist, I need somebody to come here. So you need to make sure we're clear. And he was like, yeah. You guys. So the show, I get to the venue. I'm so excited. This is a new city. I've never been here before. New venue. I've never been here before. I'm by myself. Mind you guys, I'm extremely socially awkward. I get around. I want to be unseen, unheard. So I'm going, people are giving me dirty looks. Don't know why. Don't know what I did. I just showed up, literally. I just brushed it off, like, what can you do? But I was so excited. I was so excited to see Jenna. She played all of her hits. And if I can get some clips, I will put them at the end of this. And so, I'm having my bestest life. I'm crying. I'm Facebooking and I'm crying. You can go to my Instagram, Mani Bochengo. You can literally hear me crying. You can go to my Facebook. You can literally hear me crying. I was crying, and my friend was on the Facebook Live like, girl, you crying? I was like, girl, yes. I'm crying. Like, this is the moment I have been preparing for. I've been waiting for. I've been practicing for. I literally was at home practicing dance moves that she's never ever gonna see. Just by myself. And I just feel like I worked it. I built up, that suspense. So I was like, I have to go full out with this, So the show was great, and I had so much fun. And afterwards, I got a souvenir. I got a shirt, Stairwell shirt. And I don't know where it is now. I think it's dirty. Or else I would show it, obviously. But I had so much fun, and I was so sad when the show was finally over. So the show's finally over, and I'm just like, I'm gonna let everybody clear out. So when I order my cab, you know, like, it won't be that much of a hassle trying to find me, because obviously there's so many people going out at once, getting their cars out, and nobody can come in or out anyway. So I'm like, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna give it like a good 30 minutes. I'm just gonna be on my phone, or I'm gonna do this, right? So I'm like not paying attention. I'm walking around outside because the security was literally pushing everybody out. And so it finally came to that time where it was like a medium size, where like people were, it wasn't that hard to get in and out. So I was like, okay, maybe I should call now. So I called the cab service, and I was like, hey, I'm at this venue and I need somebody to come and get me. They're like, okay, what's the address? And I was like, da da da. And he was like, oh, we don't go there. Didn't I just ask these blankety blank blanks this exact same question? What do you mean you don't go here? And like, I'm never the type to go off on people, but I was like, I was giving him so much attitude. I was like, what do you mean you don't go here? I called somebody ahead of time to make sure that this would not happen. And he's like, we don't go there. I'm sorry. So much attitude. I'm just like, I cannot believe this. Okay, bye. Like the whole conversation. So I'm standing outside and I'm panicking, which is not good, because severe anxiety. Like, people make it so hard for me just to be just normal situations. So I'm standing outside and panicking. I'm seeing people like driving. You know, people are getting out these bangs. People are getting out. Oh my God. People are driving out. I think I stood there for like a good hour and a half just contemplating and like thinking out my options, because I don't want to bug anybody. It's 12 o'clock. Well, it wasn't like 12 o'clock. It was like 11:30-ish now. I'm like panicking because I don't want to wake anybody. Everybody that I call is going to be pissed that they have to drive like an extra 30 to 40 minutes to come and get me, first of all. And like, I don't want to bother anybody, but I'm like running out of options here. So I was like, I get an Uber. I could literally spend all my money on Uber, or I could, you know, just sit here and just like stay here for the night. Because I don't know any other cab services, no Wi-Fi, I can't call anybody. It was just the worst situation to be on, and especially since I was on 20%. You guys,